Welcome to Wow House 2025. This is a show that takes place for the month of June every year. The show is in its 4th year this year, and it's an amazing space to visit. To give you an idea, this entrance hall that I'm standing in right now is just built for the show, and there's 22 rooms behind me, all done by a different interior designer and sponsored by a different brand. It's an amazing show to visit, it's inspirational, and we'd love to show you what we've done inside. This is the Nucleus Media Room by Alex Dooley. First media room for Wow House in year 4. The narrative of the room is date night. Alex wanted to make a room that was very luxurious for when her kids have left the nest and it's alone time with her husband, and a beautiful space to enjoy. But as a technology partner and a sponsor of this room, we wanted to deploy the technology to achieve that and have all the visual and audio experience that we're all accustomed to deliver in our industry. What we did was work with Alex after she had originally done the sketch to conceal all the speakers. She was very worried that we might be putting big black boxes everywhere. But what we did is we hid the full surround sound speaker system. So we've got a 5.1.2 using KEF speakers and Anthem amplification with a source from Kaleidoscape in the room, but we've concealed it and kept her design true without impacting it, and being able to deliver an aesthetic that is beautiful, but also a technology performance level that is also beautiful in its equal right. In addition to that, we wanted to help with the lighting control. So John Cullen did the lighting design, but we got the lighting control done by Lutron HomeWorks QSX with 2 beautiful Elise keypads. And we wanted to control the ambient lighting in the room as well. So we've got a Lutron automated curtain track. And we were starting running out of space in this room, so we thought, what else could we hide? So we wanted a bar, so we used a Future Automation pick lift to lift up a picture and reveal a bar as well. Everything is then glued together using Crestron Home, so we've got control over this space and also the 3 other spaces we helped with, and all of that is unified in the Crestron Home platform. We've created our own network here so we can keep control of the Wi-Fi and the digital signage system during the course of the show. And to give you an example of the lighting control, we want to show people what not to do. So if you don't have a designer and you don't have Lutron, how bad can it be? So this is what not to do. So we'll go transition to the what not to do scene. 6 basic spotlights in the ceiling with no design and no control. That's how bad this room can look. With a bit of design and control, you can go from that to something that's very aesthetically pleasing. And now that you have the controlled levels, you can drop down to our afternoon scene and then to our full date night scene as well. We had some lovely partners on the room as well. In terms of the technology, we had KEF for the speakers. We've used KEF CI160s and a KC92 subwoofer, Anthem AVM70 with 2 Anthem power amps, Kaleidoscape Strato V with a Terrace server, and then Crestron Home for unified control with a Crestron remote control and touchscreen, and Lutron HomeWorks QSX for 2 Elise keypads, the lighting panel, automated window treatments, and also controlling the other rooms that we did lighting control in as well. So thank you for all of them to sponsoring our room and helping us out with those elements. In terms of the interior design, the sofa was made completely bespoke, designed by Alex, but made by Julian Chichester. The rug again is a bespoke design by Alex called Life's Journey. It follows the narrative of the room by Holland and Sherry. Wallpaper behind me by Romo Group and Zinc. We had a lovely joiner that worked very, very hard with us to incorporate all the speakers and the aesthetic of the room, St. James Interiors, and Russell Hughes as well, who constructed the room for us. We built this room off-site and then took it apart and then rebuilt it, and they did the finishes here all within 5 days for the show. It's only here for a month, but next year, put the date in your diary, month of June, Wow House 2026, that will be at Chelsea Harbour. Hopefully there's even more tech and even more gadgets. But it's a very inspirational space. It's 22 interior designers at the top of their game, making very beautiful spaces, all very unique and all very different. Hi, welcome to the study by Stefan Tollgard. So we were brought into this room because we did the media room next door to Stefan, and he needed some AV and lighting control for his room. So the idea of Stefan's room is called functional beauty. So everything in this room must be beautiful and must be functional. So you can see from the elements he's picked in the room, beautiful bookcase that's functional and beautiful, desk that's functional and beautiful, a bar that's functional and beautiful. Now, when that comes to technology, what did we do? Well, we had to go with the brand that's probably one of the most beautiful brands, which is Bang & Olufsen, So it's both beautiful and functional. So we've got a Bang & Olufsen TV, and then the matching finish, we've done some BioLab 8 speakers in the ceiling. So you've got both functional and beautiful elements that are like sculptures. And in addition to that, we use Lutron Homeworks QSX and wired it into our Homeworks panel in the media room. So we've got lighting control of the different scenes. So we can go from here to a more sort of evening, cozier sort of vibe. And in addition, we leverage the power of Lutron by also adding volume controls and play commands to the Lutron keypad so that he can start the music easily when he comes to sit down to work. Welcome to the House of Roll primary bathroom by 1508. Here we did the Lutron lighting controls for this room, and the narrative of the room was 3 rituals that you do in your bathroom. So we have engraved on the Lutron Elise keypad the 3 different light scenes, but they're named after the 3 sort of narrative elements of the room: ritual, revitalize, and reverie. So you've got the scene here, which is ritual scene, and you can go into revitalize, which dynamically changes the scene setting in the room, brings the shower to life. And you can go into reverie, which is the more area to relax in the bathroom and dim the lights over here. So it shows that you can dynamically change the real look and feel of a bathroom quite substantially just by using lighting control. And again, John Cullen did the lighting design, and we used Lutron Homeworks QSX to do the lighting control. We also have done a little animation that you can press and hold the middle button, and that will cycle through the 3 different lighting scenes, so that you get a little bit of a sequence showing you what they all look like without pushing the different buttons. Here we are on the McKinnon & Harris Terrace by Randle, Sydney. This is a very interesting space in that it's supposed to be outside, but it's inside. And the Randle Siddeley team came to us and asked us to help with the technology, both in the video aspect and the audio aspect. And we thought, what could we do? And the team had a lovely idea about having windows out to the world so that you felt like you were in a garden and you had a deeper distance to look beyond into the views from the garden. And we came up with this idea of using TV screens, and we thought, let's just go big. So we went with 3 85-inch Sony professional displays, and we flipped them on their side so they're in portrait, and the Randle Siddeley team designed all this beautiful trellis work and landscaping around them. We have now put content on those displays, which are all examples of their work, but while enjoying this space, you get to see views out into a wider world, which actually is valid examples of their work that they have done on projects. And the images change every hour, so it keeps it as a dynamic space and something interesting to engage with. In addition to that, we wanted to create some ambience, so we installed a Paradigm Oasis 8.1 system, and in the planters that you can see around me, we've hidden 8 little satellite speakers and a subwoofer that provide the audio experience for when you're enjoying the space. So something completely different, technology again deployed in an interesting way and in a hidden way. Some people walk into the space and think these screens are actually just prints until they see them change an hour later. So it's been something very interesting to be involved with, and it's been lovely working with the Randle Siddeley team and the McKinnon & Harris team as well.